Guys, Gerber has got to stop screwing with us. I have here the Gerber SUMO. I picked this up on a whim recently. It just looked so sick. There were so many aspects to the model that I was like, oh man, that connects with me. I like it. I like the design. I like the materials. I like the locking mechanism. But there is one aspect to the design that makes it just fall flat on its face. And every other aspect, this thing is one sick blade. So I'm going to show you all the awesome and then the fall flat portion so that you can make a choice on one, is this something maybe you want to pick up because of the design? Because the design is out of this world. Super, super cool. But really, I mean, this is kind of, I review, use, and test out a bunch of Gerbers, and a lot of their stuff has been connecting with me over the last few years. But it's stuff like this that makes me go, if there was just one thing changed, this would be an epic blade that everybody should own. But for me, it's like, man, it falls flat because of this one thing, and I'm just tired of it. I want a good blade, guts to glory. And so let's go ahead and break it down with you real quick. First off, let's go ahead and hit just the blade shape. Look at that thing. Just under 4 inches, it's like 3.9 inches overall, huge, broad, full flat grind. You can get it with stonewash, or I got the black oxide one, and it, man, the grinding is awesome. The edge geometry is great, good precise tip, just looks good. Back here near the spine, it's going to be 1/8 of an inch thick and then tapers down to a good precision tip to get a lot of work done. This is a fantastic food prep knife, as well as just general EDC blade. You can spread your peanut butter, cut the sandwich for your kids, and then go out and carve a feather stick or go through paracord and everything in between. So the blade shape is large, it performs, and it absolutely looks cool doing it. Next up is the pivot lock. Now this is a take on the axis lock. We got spring torsion back there. It is ambidextrous on either side. It's got a good size pillar right there, and you can either pull it back, flip the blade open, pull it back, flip it closed. So I mean, it's got smooth action because guys, it's running on bronze bushings. It's not Teflon, it's not some other jokey thing. It's perfect bronze bushings that are buttery smooth, and I love that aspect. Good, solid lockup, no wobble up and down. We have a very slight rock side to side, but running on those bronze bushings, and then you got that real nice large cutout right there that you can easily grab if you're right or left-handed. Next up are those beautiful handle scales. They got some different color combinations. There is a lighter, kind of like the white gray. This is just gray and black. The other one will be on that stonewash version. These are G10 handles that have been very well machined. There's no hot spots. The flush and fit and finish is pretty good, and we'll talk about price. There's a little tiny bit of a lip right up here, but the rest of it all around has no lip, and it is really formed very well, and it's 5 inches in length. So I mean, look at all that real estate I have left over with those steel liners. Now they're not milled out, which makes this thing weigh 5 ounces even, but for a 4-inch blade with stainless steel liners that have been ceramic coated with that little red pop, I mean, the beauty of it, that was a major part of it. It was not just functionality, but also the look of it. And it's nice and thick, gonna give you a very full grip in the hand. I can use this EDC around the RV all day, but also wear my work gloves and use it in kind of around the campsite or around a job site without any issue whatsoever. No jimping, but we got a really nice cut in right there that just locks me into place, and I've never felt like it was an issue for me. So very, very good, large, beefy handle, and still not super heavy for a 9-inch overall pocket knife. We do have that nice slitted lanyard hole that could easily get 550 paracord and a completely ambidextrous pocket clip right there, so you can swap it right or left, tip up. You got about 1 inch to grab, and because of how large this knife is, that I feel like you're going to use it in environments where you want to get quick access to it, and with the blacked out pocket clip, it's still going to be pretty slim and kind of hidden in the pocket, which I think is a benefit. Flow through construction, pillar construction right there. Every aspect, guys, of the design, I'm like, dang, yes, 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 I'm liking it, and I like carrying it around the RV. I use knives more than ever now that we full-time RV, regardless if I'm hiking, backpacking, backpacking, camping, or just living my life on the road now, knives make more sense and just are used more frequently than ever in my daily living. And this has so much capability. It's fun to deploy. It's been working. And guys, every other aspect except for this last point makes me go, yes, yes, yes. Now I paid $36 for this, and that's gonna be the average going rate for this model. So what you are getting in ergonomics, in design that's just very elegant, in functionality, I think is a screaming deal. The big hit the brakes no is the 7CR 17 MOV steel. Really? Really, Gerber? Quit screwing with us. Come on. Come on. 8CR13 MOV is like bare bones minimum at this point. If you're going to be manufacturing overseas and you're going to be giving us, you know, around the $40 price point pocket knife. I mean, 7CR is reserved, in my opinion, for like bottom of the barrel blades. I don't like it. It says cheap all over it. 8CR is still really cheap, but at least, you know, you're getting something. You're getting a little bit of edge retention. This just isn't going to have the edge retention that you want, or that the knife in every other aspect deserves. So I'm just kind of tired of it. And I want to see Gerber dump 7CR MOV period across the line. That's kind of I'm tired of this. And I want something better out of my blades. And either make this in the US, bump up the price $10 to $15. I would totally pay that, like $50 knife for 420 high carbon on it, made in USA. I would pay that all day long for this tool and what it could do, or at minimum 8CR, and then maybe give an upgraded version if you still want to produce it overseas and make, you know, good pricing, D2, and I know Gerber's starting to use D2 in some of their overseas production. You know, that alone would make this knife so much more enjoyable. I think more people would want to get it. You know, make it in Taiwan, give it AUS 8, you know, something like that. There's really no excuse to give us every other aspect. Amazing design, great materials in the sense of the locking and the G10 and you know, a good weight and good ergonomics and ambidextrous and all of the things, bronze bushings, and then fall flat with 7CR just is so frustrating to me. Guys, I'll be honest, I'm just tired of Gerber screwing with us, giving us epic designs, and then giving us it's like one thing that you're like, oh, come on, just give me a better steel, and this would be a bomb knife. As it stands, I mean, if you can get it for around $35, you'll still get a lot of use out of it. You're just gonna have to tune it up a lot, man. You're just gonna have to tune up a lot. In the back of your head, you're like, that's 7CR, man. That's 7CR. At minimum, give me 8CR, right? I mean, here's a CRKT Vox design. This is the Pillar 3. It's running on ball bearing bushings. I mean, it's got really cool deployment, frame lock, G10. I mean, so it's all similar materials, made in China. It's like 38 bucks, about the same price. Not anywhere as big or as impressive, obviously, but it's got 8CR, and then they have a D2 version that I think is like 50, you know, and that makes sense to me. And so that's what I would like to see, is just some upgraded steel on some of these models coming out of Gerber, and that would be amazing. And I would love that, and then I would be over the moon. As it stands right now, I'm like missing the moon and heading towards the sun, because in every other aspect, this thing is getting me excited and launching me into a love relationship with the tool, and then I go, oh, God. So guys, that's my perspective. I will have links for you guys in the description box below if this design does connect with you and you just want the design in general anyway. There will be a bunch of links, and I do appreciate when you use those hyperlinks that we offer to you. But I want to hear your thoughts. What's your thoughts on the SUMO, on where I feel like there's just a big miss on one aspect of the tool? What's your experience if you already own the blade? And guys, until next time, I invite you to subscribe, check out the other video popping up, and check us out on social media. You can see up and coming content that I'm working on. And always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.